Today we are going to be making bone broth with bones. These are beef bones from my local butcher shop. This cost me less than $10. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to put them into a large pot of boiling hot water to blanch them. And we're gonna blanch them for at least 10 minutes at a full boil. In the meantime, we're gonna cut vegetables. We got onions, carrot, garlic, celery. Here is a secret culinary trick. When you're cutting onions and you're not a fan of all the dirt and the dry skin getting all over your cutting board, and then you gotta clean the cutting board while managing the freshly cut onions. This is something I used to do when working in professional kitchens, especially when I was dealing with a lot of onions. I would get a cafeteria tray and then I would cut the onions as if I would for anything. You just cut it on the tray. It's plastic anyway, whatever. And then I would peel the onions and leave all the skin on the tray, but then I would have the freshly cut onion on my cutting board, so then I don't have to clean the cutting board. Now, this might not be very efficient if you're doing 1 or 2 onions, right? But when you're doing bags and bags and bags of onions, this becomes very useful. All of the gross bits that you don't want are gonna be nicely on the tray. And there we go, we have a nice clean cutting board. When you're cutting your onions for stock, you just wanna keep them nice and big. Don't waste too much time, right? One this way, one this way, and then, okay, because this was once a full onion, and you cut the onion in half, you lay them down, and you cut once this way and once this way, and then that's 1/4. And that's pretty much all you really need. Honestly, the size of the cut doesn't really matter because it's gonna be cooking for so long to extract the flavor anyway. We're just cutting it down so it can fit into the pot. Make sure to clean the inside of the bottom. That's where it's gonna be the dirtiest. There we go, rough chop, and we just cut. There we go. Let's go into the pot, a bowl. Then yeah, don't put it in. So when you cut things that are round and your knife is dull, the best thing you can do is roll the vegetable like this and put the knife in and roll it back and forth. So you're kind of like letting your hand doing the rolling motion, doing all the work like this. Have established a flat side, then the flat side is gonna make it more stable. See, just like this, boom. And from here, you wanna cut it into your pieces. Cut, cut, cut. Carrot. Cut, cut, cut. Carrots. The same trick works for garlic. You can use the tray to peel the dry outer layers of the garlic. Same way as the onion. Then you can cut the head directly in half and just include everything, skin and all. Okay, the bones have been blanching for at least 10 minutes. And you see all that scum on top? That's exactly why we blanch the bones, so we can get rid of all that scum and gross bits. We're gonna take the bones out, put them into a bowl, and then we're gonna take that bowl and run it under cold tap water. So right now we're just trying to rinse the bones off, and I'm gently just rubbing the outsides to try to get rid of excess scum and trying to keep the bones a little bit clean, so that way after it's cooked the broth can be a little bit cleaner. And right now I'm just going to try to Tetris fit the bones snugly into the pot, and then I'm gonna put the vegetables all on top. We're then gonna fill the water up to the max fill line and press everything down just to make sure that everything is submerged below the water. It's okay if some pieces are sticking up above. What's not okay is things sitting completely above the water line. So right now I'm laying a towel down to clean the bottom of the pot because I did put the pot in the sink, and I just want to make sure there's nothing on the bottom of the pot that's going to make contact with the heat source. Otherwise it's going to burn or cause me problems. Now I'm going to add some thyme, some whole black peppercorns, and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Make sure the valve is down. We're going to lock it. We're going to turn it on, and we're going to go for about 4.5 hours. Start. The reason why I'm only going for 4 hours is because traditional beef broth or beef stock, if you want a really good beef stock, you have to simmer that thing in a giant pot, anywhere from like 12 to 16 hours. Because we're using a pressure cooker and there's pressure, it's gonna extract all the things that we want a lot quicker. Whenever I use the pressure cooker, I'm a big fan of not releasing the valve at all. It's just a thing that I don't like to do. So I'm gonna let it go for 4 hours, but then I'm gonna leave it and let it cool naturally, which kind of equates to about like 4.5 hours. So you always check the pressure by releasing the valve first, and then you open it to reveal what's inside. The two things I noticed right away: the smell is amazing. Secondly, there is so much fat floating on top of that. And there's an easy way to get rid of the fat and a not so easy way. And I'm going to do both just to show you. But first we need to strain this thing just to get the broth. And don't forget to awkwardly splash the broth all over your countertop while you're straining. And this is going to go through a second fine strainer, so don't worry if a little bits get inside the first strain. And oh my god, look at all that fat. Ugh. I got a bucket here. I'm going to fill it with cold water. I'm going to throw a bunch of ice in. We're going to fine strain the rest of our broth using the smallest strainer on earth. And now we have our, oh my god, look how much fat is in this one. Holy. Anyways, we're going to put them into our ice bath so that way they can cool down a lot quicker. And at this point, I didn't realize that it wasn't full enough, so I'm just going to fill it up a bit more until the water line reaches the same water line on the broth. And now this one has just way too much fat, so I'm just going to ladle some of the fat out. And now I'm going to stir the stock with a spoon so it cools down faster. This is called convection heat transfer. And once they're cooled, we're going to take them out, we're going to wipe off the water, put lids on them, and then store them in the fridge for at least 12 hours. Oh, would you look at that? It's been 12 hours. As you can see, all the fat has solidified to the top, which will make it really easy to remove. And the stock itself has become gelatinized, which means the stock has been made properly. Now I left just a little bit of fat in there because a little bit is okay. And right here, I'm just making my wife and I a cup of broth, and I'm gonna add a little bit of salt for flavor and also for water retention. And I'm gonna put these into the microwave for about 1.5 minutes, and I will now bring this to my wife, who is laying comfortably in bed right now. So thanks for watching, and I just wanted to end this video with saying that I am not a health guru, I'm not a doctor, I am just a new dad who's been a chef for many years. The term bone broth is literally marketing. It's purely marketing. Bone broth is just stock. And so what we're doing in this video is just made stock. And the reason why I said bone broth at the beginning of the video is because algorithms and marketing and all of the things that you need to do in order to be discovered on any platform. So I'm just setting the record straight. Bone broth is just stock. And that's fine. If calling it bone broth will get more people to actually drink it, then I am all for it. I don't really care about what you call it. I just care about intent. If you intend to make recipes that are actually going to be good for you, then I'm all for it. Food can be either medicine or poison. And I am going to be creating more videos to make sure that you are eating medicine and not poison. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've made it all the way through, I love you and I appreciate you more than you know. I'm going to be making many more videos. They are going to be geared towards parents and kid-friendly videos, I'm hoping. So if you have any questions or if you have any requests, please leave them in the comments below. And other than that, I mean, enjoy your life. Bye.